Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Remember how well the last Tom and Jerry movie went?
The name is Bugsy. What's yours?
I'm Tom.
I'm Jerry.
You talked!
I'm not saying we humanity didn't deserve this torture, but what the hell did the kids do? Look, make no mistake, I grew up on Tom and Jerry like most kids. I loved the show and I credit it for my burning love of slapstick comedy, which is such a rarity these days in cinema. And much as I kicked the original animated feature-length movie in the shin, I did like it enough as a kid and still remember it to this day. But that's not to suggest it still works for me as an adult. If I see Tom and Jerry, I want to see something that's faithful to the original cartoon. No talking Tom and Jerry, and a ton of good slapstick. And I gotta say, I wasn't holding out hope for this. I can't say that I knew much about the project other than it was animated characters in a live-action world. Different from the likes of, say, the Smurfs or Garfield, which were actually supposed to be live-action versions of those cartoon characters. This is closer to Roger Rabbit. I think I need to wash my mouth out with soap. But I couldn't just not watch this, so here we go. This is my honest opinion of Tom and Jerry. Kayla, played by Chloe Grace Moretz, is a young woman trying to land a serious job, but has otherwise been unsuccessful. This changes when she hoodwinks her way into the prestigious Royal Grand Hotel, where they're about to host a big wedding. However, taking up an unwelcome residence in the hotel is Jerry Mouse, who is relentlessly pursued by Tom Cat. And Kayla's first assignment is to get rid of Jerry with Tom's help.
That?
The sign of a worthy competitor.
It's a kids movie, mostly inoffensive. It has some redeeming qualities here and there, but not enough for me to call it good or to really enjoy it on the whole. Let's knock out the positives. I did get a few legitimate laughs out of this, and I think a fair amount of it actually comes from Michael Pena. I couldn't tell you if they were ironic or not, but I did get some laughs. Oh, actually, Joy the Bell Girl, played by Patsy Farron. Okay, yeah, she definitely got a few laughs out of me too.
Morning!
That's Joy the Bell Girl. I'm convinced she was raised by wolves.
What?
She's not important.
And I also adore that droopy joke.
Hello.
What is with Droopy being touted as a criminal in these things?
Hello, all you happy people.
The fifth golden ticket is a forgery. Alberto Menuleta of Paraguay has just been taken into custody by the police.
Ay, caramba.
Which means
I might even concede that some of the interactions between the cartoon characters and real objects was well done. Obvious CG techniques here and there, so I'm left wondering how much of it all was CG instead of practical effects, but it was solid. I will also wipe some sweat off my brow for the consistent feel of this world. This isn't some weird story about Tom and Jerry jumping from their animated world into the live-action world. The real world just has animated animals. Like, all of the animals are animated. Not even like a joke showing a real animal with a cartoon one. This did help with my immersion, so Tom and Jerry never felt out of place. Thank God. Also, the animation for the cartoon characters is pretty good. Smooth and pleasant to look at. But the legit best part of this movie, by far, is Moretz. I have no idea what it is, but this girl is so much fun to watch. Let me be very clear, she's not strictly speaking funny. No one is, thanks to this remarkably unfunny script. I would swear to God that Moretz feels like she's in her dream movie. She is just yucking it up, expressing the hell out of her role, and just looks like she's having the time of her life. or trying really hard to appear that way, but there's not a moment where she's on screen that I don't enjoy her presence. I certainly wish that she'd be given a quality script that was worthy of her talents. I challenge anyone to argue that even in her worst movies, she's never the reason why they're bad. Quite the contrary, she's been a redeeming factor, and this is no different. I can't help it. I think she's adorable and charming.
Hi, if I wanted to apply for a temporary position for this weekend...
Is this your resume?
No, it's not.
Wow, this is impressive.
My only copy.
Huh. I guess I enjoyed more in this movie than I thought I did. Then again, Moretz is always a positive, so that's hardly a surprise. But let's talk about the negatives. There's a reason why I don't really care about this. One of the primary issues is that the slapstick isn't that good. I won't say that there weren't a few laughable gags here and there, but therein lying the problem. Tom and Jerry isn't known for having occasional laughs via slapstick. Their relentless slapstick is the comedy. So when you don't do that right or all that well, you done screwed something up in your Tom and Jerry movie. Hear me out on this. When you were a kid, did you mostly accept that Tom was the antagonist of these cartoons and Jerry was the protagonist? I feel like a big reason why we loved the slapstick of the original cartoons is because Tom was the bad guy getting his comeuppance. Jerry was just a mouse trying not to starve to death and be comfortable living in his own home, essentially minding his own business, not trying to hurt anyone or nothing. Tom's usually there to make Jerry's life miserable, either to eat him or get rid of him depending on the episode. That was the acceptable pecking order. Jerry was the good guy and Tom was the bad guy. But here, I have to voice my greatest frustration. Both of our titular characters are jerks, especially Jerry. Take the opening scene alone. Tom, while being a con artist, pretending to be blind, but still capable of playing the keyboard, Jerry literally just shoves his way into Tom's scene and steals the attention of his audience. He could have easily just did his dancing a few feet this way, but no. He just invades Tom's space. Not only that, but a lot of the conflict when we get to the hotel and the married couple, Jerry steals the bride's ring so he can make his room look snazzier. What the hell? Jerry has only ever taken food or objects that no one would truly need, but a wedding ring is a very sentimental piece of jewelry. Even when Kayla and Tom finally catch Jerry, he ransoms it back to them in exchange for staying in the hotel. Tom being an asshole is one thing. The joke is that all cats are assholes. Tom trying to kill Jerry in the cartoon is accepted because that's what cats do. They kill smaller animals. I won't pretend that there weren't a few episodes out there where Jerry was a jerk to Tom, but the ratio of who was a jerk to the other is lopsided in Jerry's favor. Tom spent years torturing Jerry, so one or two episodes where Jerry picks the fight could be construed as revenge for all that crap he'd endured. But this is maddening to watch. Sacrificing somebody else's happiness so you can be happy? I couldn't handle it. I really couldn't. I wanted Tom to eat Jerry. I've never wanted Jerry to lose before. Not like I do here. As far as I'm concerned, that's this movie's cardinal sin. I definitely didn't get too much out of this. Yes, Chloe Grace Moretz is really fun to watch, and you get a few fun moments from Michael Pena and Patsy Farron, basically the actors, and a few fun gags that were unrelated to Tom and Jerry. Problem: if the best elements in your Tom and Jerry movie are not Tom and Jerry, then you utterly failed. The slapstick isn't that great and the titular characters aren't likable. I don't think adults will get much out of this, but it's harmless for kids. My honest rating for Tom and Jerry, a 3 out of 5.
Stop it! You guys gotta stop fighting. It's like you've been doing this for years.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out. Hope to see you soon.